I'm here with Morel Jones, and we're going to talk about our thoughts on pro wrestling. And as you guys know, I haven't been in tune with professional wrestling in quite a few weeks now, and I just don't feel interested in the product. I mean, what do you think about this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just hold on a second.
Okay.
Just going a little slow on my end. Okay. Wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on a sec. Okay, that's a lot better.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what are your thoughts on the current state of professional wrestling this year?
Well, about how it's going this year so far?
Yeah.
Well, this year so far, how can I say? It's been pretty good so far. Can't complain about it, and just one of those good times just to be a WWE fan.
I mean, I guess so, but I don't know. Maybe some of the Raws have maybe, I don't know, maybe not been so good. But what has your thoughts been on like TNA and Ring of Honor? I ain't watched those in a while, so.
Well, yeah, I can understand the TNA situation and what these rumors going out about TNA, but you do got more of wrestling going on just in just WWE. You have ROH, you have Lucha Underground, you have New Japan Pro Wrestling, and all other local promotions that's going on as well. So it's good to be a wrestling fan right now.
Yeah, it is. And then one thing I like about being wrestling, you got so many promotions you can go to. Like I don't even watch Raw that much anymore. Like I watch more kind of Ring of Honor now, but like I'm gonna start reviewing those shows in. But like I just like I don't know, Raw just doesn't interest me anymore. I try to review Raw every week, but I just cannot. It's just I don't know something about I just cannot be about to review Raw anymore. It's just kind of boring. Like same old the 40 stuff and whatever. And SmackDown's boring as well, so I don't really care about SmackDown or Raw or even TNA for that point. But I'll review more Ring of Honor though soon.
Yeah, I can understand Ring of Honor. It's more into the wrestling than to the, as they call, the entertainment. But if people don't know that what they do, like Ring of Honor, New Japan, WWE, all of it is overall sports entertainment. All of it is, regardless of what anybody says, is all overall sports entertainment. Like, because I know people like they want to see real wrestling and stuff like that. If you go to like high school and college, like they do mat wrestling is the real wrestling, especially the stuff you see in the Olympics. So all you see on TV today is nothing but sports entertainment overall.
Yeah. Do you think that some of like the reason why people don't watch professional wrestling because like the attitude era is not there anymore, and the competition and the interest isn't there anymore between ECW and WCW anymore?
Well, I would say some people would not want to watch it because yeah, because some people do miss like the Attitude Era and stuff like that, and which it will say gift and a curse for the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. It's both a gift and a curse. Well, gift being like you can get more fans into it. Of course, you get like the fans that's like just like their personalities are badasses and stuff like that. Then you got the fans that just like don't care what the is the Attitude Era or whatever. Like the ones I think there are true wrestling fans, they watch it because they enjoy it, not just because it's not a certain rating or it's something is not there. Because overall, they just want to see the wrestling and do want to be entertained. So either way, people are getting what they want. They just expect so much more. Out of the all these brands is like all these brands are good in their different reasons. And I think some people just don't understand that. It's just like you want like the Attitude Era and all that other stuff going on. Watch TNA. Because that's probably the closest of the Ruthless Aggression Attitude Era or whatever you want to get with that. And for like people that's like, just wanted that Attitude Era and stuff to come back, you really got to look at the negotiations and deals that WWE has done for it to be what it is today. It's like they had to do certain deals, and Vince never wanted to, have this Attitude Era, but due to ratings, he had no choice. So he wanted it how it was in the beginning, just like wrestling entertainment. But the thing is, with entertainment, time has changed, so he has to add the entertainment in there. So I know partly he wants to put like just the wrestling and a little bit of promos in there, but you get what you get, and you're getting your peak of it was like 10 years ago or whatnot. 10, 15 years ago, you're getting that now, but just a little bit of a downward spiral, or just like in the low presence, I would say.
Do you think that will have like maybe another TV14 era, not like Attitude Era-ish, but maybe something like higher rating than PG? Because if they had a higher rating than PG, the WWE, or they could maybe do better storylines, I guess, and less comedy stuff. I know they are comedy stuff in the Attitude Era in the discussion, but kind of more focused on the bigger storylines and maybe focus on the mid card a bit more. And when you got these guys like Samoa Joe in NXT now and Kevin Owens, keep promoting those guys to the main event scene and make those characters interesting for the main roster, so then get fed to John Cena, Randy Orton and shit like that. Because when that happens, then the product kind of gets boring, because where are these new stars going to be coming from? Every time that you get a new star, you're going to be kind of feeding them to John Cena and Randy Orton to just get another pay-per-view match, saying, okay, we've not got nothing for Randy Orton or John Cena, so we're going to put you against Kevin Owens or Samoa Joe, whatever like that. And that's kind of like talent.
Okay, I get what you're saying in that, and I understand that, and I do agree with you on that to a certain point. But if you have the same type of fans that they want something new, and when they get something new, they complain, and they like, oh, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that. It's like you get what you want, but you got it right there, and you're complaining about it. But as for like storylines, the storylines, like you got NXT, you only got like maybe 1 or 2 people doing storylines, and while WWE, like the main roster has like maybe like 10 or 20, including wrestler Jamie Jacobs, who recently had been hired by the WWE. And plus, you had to have your storylines that have other things get approved by Vince McMahon. So for storylines, if you don't like how the storyline is when it comes to like Raw or SmackDown, anything like that, which I don't mind the SmackDown storylines, because me, SmackDown is more like a wrestling than entertainment compared to Raw. But my thing is this: if you get sick and tired of the storylines of how it comes to when it comes to Raw, the only person you can only blame is Vince McMahon himself. Of course, he has the final say of yay or nay about the storyline. And plus, they do storylines like the date of the show, besides trying to plan like days ahead. But then again, you don't know what's going to happen. Like somebody's going to get injured, or somebody's going to die, or hopefully nobody's going to die. But just weird things happen at the last minute.
Yeah, but do you think some of that bad creative booking has been like some of like Kevin Dunn's fault because he's kind of part of the creative team, and the other writers they had, because some of that is kind of Kevin Dunn, Vince, and Triple H kind of like going, okay, yeah, we're gonna have this guy and whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame Triple H on that, because it's like he can go to Vince McMahon and pitch an idea, but he's not gonna be the one that gives the okay to like Vince McMahon is. As for Kevin Dunn, it ain't really much to say about him, because it's like you hear about him like being behind the scenes, but you just don't hear him do much of nothing. He just like agrees with wherever Vince McMahon says, just to take his own butt and keep his job. So the only person I would say you're going to have to blame on storylines and stuff like that for how it is today is none other than Vince McMahon himself.
I mean, it's like when we go back to the Royal Rumble this year, the fans wanted a young guy to win the Royal Rumble, and then we got Roman Reigns, and then they still wasn't happy about it. I know that Daniel Bryan got eliminated, but he is a guy that last year fans wanted to become in the main event of WrestleMania last year, and then a year later he gets booed just because Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose were booed out. I mean, if you want somebody to build up new, I mean, even if it's Roman Reigns, just let the guy have a chance at the main event scene. I mean, he's a bit green in the main event scene, yeah, but let him slowly, gradually go up there, and he can potentially become a big star. I mean, he is related to The Rock, but he's a big guy that the WWE like to push. So I hope that he does get a bigger push for the WWE and doesn't get heated on like he has now.
Yeah, I agree with you, and you're 100% right. Like, they did get they won the young guy, like you said, with Roman Reigns, and they knew it was coming since they was all up for him last year on winning it. Then suddenly, when he wins it, they get into this hissy fit, like they're, oh, we don't want him, we need somebody else, or they want it Dan Bryan. It's like, okay, it's one of those things like, you're only going to have one Stone Cold Steve Austin. You're going to have like one Rock or one Triple H, but you can't have like the same person like doing it over and over again. It's like it's going to look like it's history repeating itself. It's like people are going to get more off of that if they don't realize that they got to do this for certain reasons. They got to do this for certain reasons, and when they do cater to the fans, it's like some of the fans are never happy. But I do hope they do push Roman Reigns. Maybe he will win Money in the Bank. But that was one of my ideas. I said he should have won Money in the Bank instead of the Royal Rumble, because I knew how the fans were going to turn on him and all that stuff. So I think he was better off just like winning Money in the Bank. And if he still does, that's still good. Then of course the fans are still going to probably hate on it. But he has proven since the Royal Rumble that he can be that top guy that the WWE wants. And plus, although he's like 29, he can still like get the job done, in my opinion. And especially all the improvements he's making for himself. And it's just some people just still don't see it because they want their favorites, and you got these people that all they love is bad guys, which is just sad. But it's like you just gotta give other people a chance. It's like that's just what I'm saying. Just like let Roman Reigns do his thing and just let it go from there. Like he proved it at WrestleMania that he can hang with Brock. And although they had to due to that certain ending with the briefcase thing because making some of the fans happy, But Roman Reigns proved time and time again that he could be that #1 star that they're looking for. So we'll see if they do what you said they was going to do. And like I said, you're 100% right.
It's like sometimes with the WWE, it's like sometimes with the wrestling fans, they just want a certain amount of guys, like you said, like your Dean Ambrose, your Dolph Ziggler, and your Daniel Bryan to get up to the top. It's good for those guys, but we need more new big guys, like like you said, Roman Reigns, Ryback, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Owens to stay in those main events because like Kane and Mark Henry, I mean, they're much longer. So we gotta cater for everybody in the WWE, not just for the IW and YWC members, but for also for the other fans as well. So. And also, like, they've got to start, giving faith to these other guys like Roman Reigns and, other guys who are not fan favorites and slowly maybe can become fan favorites. Maybe like, Luke Harper or whatever. I'm just giving an example like that. But
yeah, it's just like they gave Luke Harper the IC title and they made Eric Roman a face, which I thought was a good move and a good run for him. But it's just like, fans just don't give it a chance, and they just look the other way. It's like with his matches before they turned him back to heel, like his matches with the Big Show were pretty good, and especially like how can you see like I think he was like 6'8", 6'9", or something like that. How you a guy like that slaying Big Show like he did, and you just like you got to be impressed with that. It's just some people. They're just so picky and they just don't give things that WWE do a chance.
I mean, it's like with TNA. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like some of their decisions they've done in the past. Obviously pushing guys that they have pushed, like Jeff Jarrett. I know I don't like, Jeff Jarrett got pushed in TNA, but they push guys like, big guys like Abyss, and then, a lot of people didn't like that, but I mean, he became a good hardcore wrestler and stuff. And I'm trying to think of other people in TNA, but they pushed a few guys like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and they tried to push Bad Influence, Daniels and Kazarian, but they didn't push them that much. But yeah, and then they pushed Bobby Roode. I mean, remember that Bobby Roode got pushed.
Right, it's like right now they're doing good. What they're doing with Bobby Roode and what they did with Samoa Joe, because I think Samoa Joe should have had the TNA title more than one time, and the more times that he did. So has AJ Styles should have had it, or I wouldn't say Cass, but Christopher Daniels should have had it at least one time. But TNA does give a lot of their stars opportunities, and they give the right ones the title, which is good. But just like you see with some people, like what they did with Kurt Angle, although he's only on a 1-year contract with them, I don't think he should have had the TNA title right now. It should have went to like somebody else, but I understand why they went that route, because he's going to be like with them for 1 more year and he's going to fall retired. But I think TNA can do a little bit better how they was doing in the past, but I think they just got to see that and wake up to that. And the other problem with them is like they're only doing shows in New York and Orlando. They ain't touring like they normally would do. So that's one of the things that they got to do. And I know like the Destination America Network is on them for not going to enough places to, do like a house show, go here, go there, and stuff like that. So hopefully, like some of the things that I mentioned, hopefully they can correct real soon, or they will like lose a lot of fans that they have right now.
I think a lot of problems with TNA has been over the past, and I think I would agree with this, Paul. You would as well. They don't promote the stuff. Like when you go to a TNA live event, they don't promote their stuff, like where they're advertising, the website, when they're going to be on. Look at WWE, when they're advertising for like a show, they advertise, billboards and stuff like that, TV ads. When do we see a TNA ad for a house show in, like, I don't know, Philadelphia, and they're advertising on TV? We never see that. that. And I think something that's what TNA lack on with their advertising for TV. Why did they go with Destination America? They could have gone they could have maybe competed with WWE and maybe gone with USA Network, had a few ads on there to promote TNA. And maybe they shouldn't have brought so many WWE jets in. They shouldn't have pushed Jeff Jarrett to the top. They shouldn't have brought Vince Russo to the top, to the creative team. Shouldn't have brought Dixie Carter in. A lot of things. Aces and Eights was bad. Just a lot of bad things that TNA have done in the past that they should have recorrected and done better.
Yeah, they have done some bad things. Yeah, don't get me wrong. And I think the Aces and the Aces, so I disagree with that. That was a very good idea for them to bring a big stable like that, because TNA is one of the few wrestling companies that's bringing a couple of stables in, which is heavily needed. But the problem with Jeff Jarrett, he has his ideas. He was there since day one with TNA until he decided to, because I guess he realized the path that they was going, and he didn't like the ideas, so he had quit on them. And as you see, he's doing Global Force Wrestling right now. As for Dixie Carter's, she just need to put more money into that company than what she's doing.
Do you think that TNA should do more kind of more kind of TV shows and small more house shows in small areas, what Ring of Honor do in their small arenas instead of doing them in big arenas, because because they're not got a big audience, have they, TNA, but they should maybe do what Ring of Honor do, maybe in bingo halls and stuff like that, stay with what they're doing in New York and stuff like that, because they're not growing in the big stadiums like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they want to do small venues like what they're doing with Ring of Honor, go ahead and do that. It's when they did the show last year here in a county away from me in USC, they sold out and they did pretty well for that. And I like the thing that they did, you get to meet the stars before the show started, and they didn't price nobody for meeting with most of the stars, so which is good. It's that's one of the things that they did different than WWE, and I just think that they should do more touring and maybe do more shows in certain areas besides just always keeping it at one place. Because you keep it at one place, it's not going to be fair for the fans all around the states just to experience a taping or anything like that.
I think one of the things that TNA needs to start doing is like you said, tour around the UK a bit more, like what the WWE do, go around maybe UK maybe twice a year and stuff like that. That's something what WWE do, but they don't, something like that, or maybe do a show in, around the US, more maybe around the parts that they haven't been before, instead of staying in Orlando and New York, and just expand your area. I mean, I don't think many fans in most of America, and maybe even the UK. Well, probably UK know them pretty well, but probably most of America don't even watch TNA and probably want to get to the shows, but they cannot because they're just stuck in Orlando all the time. And how are TNA supposed to grow if they're just stuck in Orlando and New York? I mean, it's great that they're still in New York and they're, getting their business there, but they're not really expanding in the other parts of the US, and they should maybe go to the UK a bit more.
Yeah, you're right. It's because the last show before they went back to Orlando, they did a UK show. I think they did a month for shows in the UK. And I think Destination America, excuse me, I think Destination America was sick and tired of that because they're not doing anywhere else in the US, but they're just doing it at the UK. And I think it was more than a month shows they did in the UK. But it's just overall they just need to correct some of their mistakes now before it gets worse for them. And like we were saying before, they need to start touring, do more advertising, and get out of Destination America. They should have went with WGN or something, because they can get more viewers that way, especially being if people have like local cable and like regular local channels. WGN would have been one of them they should have did.
And
Just
isn't
one of
this?
those. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, isn't Destination America a nature program or whatever? You know, is it like I think that's like for like is it fishing or whatever? So why have they got why have TNA gone to like a wrestling show and you know like this fishing stuff on it? I don't know.
Yeah, because like with Destination America, when it comes to certain networks like DirecTV and Dish, it's like you have to order a certain package just to get those channels. It's the same thing with Lucha Underground. It's like you have to get like certain channels on a package just to get to see that stuff. And like WWE and ROH, like you can easily just see it on basic TV or like basic cable or whatever. So it's just like one of those things that TNA got to change if when their deal is up. Try to talk to WGN or something like that, or just somebody local. Maybe talk to ESPN or somebody.
I mean, they could have even gone with Fox. I think SmackDown went with Fox, didn't they, or whatever?
Oh yeah, Fox. Yeah, that would be another one. That would have been like real local TV. But I think they was afraid of. No, I just think they're just afraid of being controlled by other networks because I think there are networks that can probably do or can run it way better than they can.
Yeah, but do you think that some of like TNA going to this Destination America was kind of like a cheap kind of network, so they didn't have to pay money to pay Fox every for a year or whatever, and then pay for their TV buy rates and whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just think they went with a network that took them. That's all it was, and I think because the money was right with them, and they just went with that. Besides trying to do it smart and stop and don't worry about how much you can play on this network or whatever, and just get on the right network that you can get more than 1 million viewers a week. Which right now they're like only getting 500,000 a week. And which was just one of their mistakes that they've done. So it's like it was just like a bad deal just going wrong, and they just went with what they thought they can get more money out of.
I think when the Spike TV deal ended, I think they just was like panicking when TNA was like, okay, we gotta go with a network. We're gonna go with Destination America. It's a nature program, but we're gonna put some wrestling on there, and we're gonna get some fans hopefully. And they didn't, but they could have gone with maybe AMC. That's the TV network that does The Walking Dead. I know it's kind of not wrestling related, but that's a network that has been successful. The Walking Dead. Don't know about wrestling, but maybe they could have done a bit of money on there,
Right. Yeah, that's true. It's like any one of those networks that you can get either basic channels or basic cable or something like that would have been a smart idea for them to do. I think it's the same thing with like New Japan Pro Wrestling. They need to do the same thing too, besides just trying to just take the money somebody that would just take them right there and then.
It would be cool to like have New Japan Wrestling like when like people are in the UK and in the US to have it on a TV network station instead of online, because I know we have to pay for the pay-per-views if you want to watch New Japan, like $6.99 or whatever, or how much it is, whatever. So just to watch an online pay-per-view, and I think we should maybe have a network or a station for like New Japan Pro Wrestling for the UK and the US, so we can watch the TV, so we can watch New Japan. And even for Ring of Honor fans, we have some Ring of Honor fans probably in the UK probably watch the pay-per-views online, and they probably want to watch Ring of Honor on TV. And I think maybe Ring of Honor should maybe do kind of like a UK deal, because they do UK tours in Ring of Honor, I've heard it. And maybe they should do a little TV deal there or something like that.
Right, it's like with Ring of Honor, like of course I know with most stations because I know they're trying to get to more and more stations to get like Ring of Honor and stuff like that, which is a good move. It's like here, like you get it like every weekend, and I think like everywhere else in state I'm in, like you can get it like once a week, which is good for them. And I think like almost everywhere, including because I got a friend in the Michigan area that gets Ring of Honor. I think it's like every week as well. It's like if they can at least work with more with the I think it's Singular Broadcasting they signed with. If they reach more people, I think Ring of Honor is gonna have, they gonna, how can I say it? They're gonna soonly catch up with WWE in a way. Because I think if they get to more places in the United States, and like, of course, they tour in Canada and out of the UK and stuff too. But if they get to like more people in the US, there could be one tough competition for WWE.
I mean, this is the thing that I've always wanted to see for Ring of Honor. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Ring of Honor. I've always wanted them to, probably be higher than TNA, because I think sometimes over the years, the wrestlers that they produced in that company, with like Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, I could go on, the list goes on, Jay Lethal, just the guys that they have produced in that company, and all the good wrestling that they do. I know that they're not entertainment-wise, but on the wrestling standpoint that they do, and they push young stars in Ring of Honor, great idea. Great. I think one of the bad things I think about Ring of Honor is that it's not in the UK. It should get maybe promoted in, like in the UK, and a bit more in the US, and hopefully get, maybe if you got more money, you can maybe go into like bigger stadiums and bigger arenas and whatever, like like a WWE does, and hopefully can get bigger attendance in those places, like when they're touring the US and Canada.
Yeah, like I said, it's like more places, like we was talking about TNA earlier, with them just going to certain places, and WWE just going everywhere all over the world, and TNA only doing like maybe most of that, and New Japan just being like in certain areas in Japan, and only like they broadcast and stuff in the UK. Only thing they do is like have like their pay-per-views and whatnot here. Just one of the things they want to work at, but they need to work at. But hopefully with Global Force, they can calculate on those mistakes, since they're going to be starting their tapings in July. Just hopefully that Global Force Wrestling will catch up on some of those mistakes and do that. Like tour more, because I know they're going to do their shows in Vegas, but hopefully they'll do it more than just in Vegas.
So what's your thoughts on Tough Enough returning next month? Actually in a few weeks it's returning. Tough Enough returns to TV on the WWE Network. I'm not really excited for this, because every time I see Tough Enough, I just feel like the WWE don't really push the guys who have won Tough Enough in the past. I think only guys that they pushed from Tough Enough are Miz and John Morrison. And Miz got to a main event at WrestleMania, and John Morrison got released. So yeah, Tough Enough is a terrible show to go on if you want to get a big break with the WWE.
Yeah, I get what you're saying with the Tough Enough. It's like they push like this person to win the whole thing, but they got other people that's been like their top 10 or whatever actually make it. It's excuse me. It's like because they have Tough Enough, they're gonna have one male, one female win it all. And they also gonna have like a diva search that's gonna happen too, probably sometime this summer. So with Tough Enough, it's like although we don't get to see the people that we want to win, or at least the people that we want to see win actually make it pass better than the person that actually won it. But it's just up to the people that win it just to show more of what they got and just be like, oh yeah, I'm winning tough enough. I ain't gotta prove nothing. Just hopefully they come with the same drive as they went in tough enough with, and I think they'll be okay. So tough enough and Diva Search will be something interesting to watch this summer.
I think one of the reasons that Tough Enough maybe doesn't interest me is because every time I watch Tough Enough, they just look like total jabronis on there. Like, was it Andy Levine a couple of years ago when he won it, whatever? He just looked like a total jabroni on their show. He didn't really, get a big, he didn't, I don't know. His character was like more interested in Stone Cold Yell than his face, and he was like, got more like interested in like winning Tough Enough, and then he won it. And then, he got released a year later. Like, did that go anywhere for that guy? No. But I hope that whoever wins Tough Enough this year, Paulie gets a big break and hopefully gets a good mid-card run. Potentially main event scene, but I doubt it. Probably mid-card run if they do win Tough Enough.
Yeah, because one of the things I was shocked about, like this past Tough Enough, is like we didn't see like anybody from that Tough Enough that actually, part of their career in WWE, which I was pretty shocked about and just like surprised. So hopefully they learn from their mistakes this time and and just correct them. So they do got new trainers and new judges. So hopefully, and plus a new host with Chris Jericho. So hopefully more of the tempo of Tough Enough will change and also just be making the guys that's going to be whoever's going to be on there better.
I think sometimes, Tough Enough, I don't know. I just guess kind of like that some of the wrestlers that they picked weren't good enough, and maybe they should have maybe gone to instead of getting like fans or whatever to compete in Tough Enough, maybe they should have gone to maybe Ring of Honor and New Japan and maybe gone around the world to go for these wrestlers, something like Gold Force Wrestling has, and do some what they have done in auditions for the roster, and let people like people Ring of Honor in Japan and maybe all TNA guys come in and go into Tough Enough. I don't know.
Oh, well, as you see, they go through a lot of Ring of Honor guys to try to get. They try to get Bruce over there, but he was going to be on Tough Enough, but he declined and decided to stay with Ring of Honor. So I don't think it's just all about WWE want like Ring of Honor guys. It's just like some of the Ring of Honor guys they just don't want to be there. And as for like thinking that fans get to do a video and get to be on it, if you're Tough Enough, it's like you at least got to have some wrestling training experience to be on there, because as you can tell with all these past Tough Enough, at least the people that's been on there has some wrestling training experience.
Yeah. I mean, did you hear that? I think it was a rumor on the wrestling website about the Young Bucks. WWE was lining up the Young Bucks to go there to WWE, maybe to NXT or something like that. I don't see them going to WWE because where would they fit in? I mean, only thing I see them doing is getting used for is probably Money in the Bank, ladder matches, and tag matches, and that's about it. I mean, they're not going to get used for probably much in the WWE. I mean, they're just going to be kind of like an Uso kind of tag team. Like, you're not going to really do much for them. They're going to probably be in a few big tag matches and maybe the odd Money in the Bank match, and that's about it. I mean, the Young Bucks are good talents, but they have no character and they don't interest me, I guess. But yeah, like I said, the Young Bucks could be going to WWE. I don't know.
I didn't hear anything about the Young Bucks going, but like they got mad talent in the ring, and of course, like you said, they don't have like a individual personality of each one. They don't have individual personality, but I wouldn't mind seeing them in WWE if they do, but I'm just thinking that hopefully that they, get their individual personalities work out first before they go there. So, but then again, they kick ass at Ring of Honor, and I guess for them, if it was my advice, that they also do New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. Just stick with those two for now. Like, you're getting popular, especially the little stint that they did in TNA helped them too. So just hopefully they just keep staying at Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling until they can get their self-personalities, in my opinion, that get their self-individual personalities worked out first.
So what's your thoughts on Samoa Joe debuting this past Wednesday on NXT? And do you think, was you kind of shocked that Samoa Joe is going to keep his, indie name of Samoa Joe, even though it's been to TNA?
No, because it's like the same thing with CM Punk. It's like, if you can keep your own name, which you had came of yourself in the business, if you can keep your own name, that's fine. And that's probably was one of the problems that WWE was having, because they had the same thing with CM Punk because of him keeping his own name. Because, like, if you can keep your own name, that's a smart move. And, like, so you won't have no problems with other companies or anything like that. So with him keeping Samoa Joe, it's a good move. Because I know WWE probably wanted to change it, but they're not. And as for Samoa Joe himself, the guy looks like he had messed up as of late before he came to the WWE. And with the steroid he had with Kevin Owens and trying to say Sami's name, it will be interesting, and I think they're probably going to end up meeting up one a month from now, but we'll see.
So do you think that we'll see Samoa Joe on the main roster before Christmas or like after Christmas or whatever?
Oh, that is interesting. Of course you saw like Kevin Owens made his kind of one debut on the main roster, and probably soon enough going to probably drop the NXT title. So I guess it all depends what they're going to do with the feud with him and Cena first next Sunday. And like I said, they're supposed to be scheduled to fight a month from now, so I don't know who wins or anything like that. So I would say Kevin Owens, I know, of course, he's probably going to be out there more this coming summer. And now for Samoa Joe, maybe, like you said, around Christmas, that's a possibility. But I know he's on a 2-year contract, so I'm thinking maybe the latest he will be there in the main roster, I would say, would be after WrestleMania of next year.
It'd be cool if he debuted though at the Royal Rumble next year. Like if he came out to survive entry and like he destroyed everybody, even including John Cena and possibly Randy Orton, and like throwing them out and doing the muscle buster or whatever. I'll kind of mark out, if I saw that.
Oh yeah, like that would be awesome for him to make his debut at the Royal Rumble, or have a lot of people like to make their debut Survivor Series. So that's a possibility too. But sooner or later, he will be up in that main roster.
Right, he could do kind of like a Sting thing where, like Sting did last year, he debuted at Survivor Series and people marked out and something kind of like that. Or he could do, like I said, the Royal Rumble, or even like a WrestleMania after somebody, I don't know, heels beating up a face at WrestleMania. And Samoa Joe comes out, does the muscle buster, and then everybody marks out or whatever, I don't know. But something kind of like that, something big, because this is a guy that has been around the indies for 13, 14, whatever years. And this is, everybody knows the guy from Ring of Honor and whatever in TNA. So why don't I have a big moment at a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble or a Survivor Series?
Yeah, that will be interesting. For him saying, because he wanted to challenge Brock Lesnar. But like I said, only time will tell with that. So I think will face Brock Lesnar, but I guess it all depends when they want to do it and stuff. But Survivor Series, WrestleMania, or whenever. But either way, it's like he's gonna make his debut either sometime this year or it's gonna be like early next year.
It'd be great to see like a Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe feud at WrestleMania, though. That would be awesome.
I guess it all depends on Daniel Bryan's help, so we'll see.
Has Sami Zayn been called up to the main roster yet? I know that he had a match with Cena a few weeks ago, but has he been called up to the main roster yet?
Who's that?
Sami Zayn.
Well, I guess he's supposed to make his roster debut like after him and the Kevin Owens fight, but I think he's still got that shoulder injury, so it's hard to tell when he's going to actually, make his full-time stint on Raw or SmackDown. But who knows? It all depends on that injury.
Do you think Samoa Joe's going to keep his Muscle Buster finisher?
Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah, because Kevin Owens also, we know that Kevin Owens didn't keep the power driver that he had in Ring of Honor because obviously, you're not allowed to do power drives in WWE, but I don't know, maybe Samoa Joe would keep it. I mean, that'd be cool if he did that in WWE. I mean, nobody else has the Muscle Buster, so,
Yeah, Samoa Joe's going to keep his Muscle Buster, but Christine's move was like the power driver. I know that's one move that WWE has banned for people to doing, so that's why he changed it to the push-up power bomb, which is like with the move, it's just like, what? I think he could have came up with something a little bit better than that, or he would have did an inverted version of the power driver or something. But I think he needs to change that move. But I guess that pin-up power bomb works for him, so whatever.
Every time I see Kevin Owens doing the power bomb, it just reminds me of a Batista power bomb, but kind of weaker.
Right. Yeah, I kind of think about that too in a way, or it could be like Psycho Sid's power bomb or something like that.
Psycho Sid breaking his leg again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool if Psycho Sid did return to Royal Rumble though. That'd be another awesome surprise as well.
Didn't even thought of that until you just said it.
It'd be cool if Sting was in the Royal Rumble as well, like if he came back as well.
Well, it seems like Sting's going to be at SummerSlam facing whoever. So that's what they're saying, but I don't know if it's all true or not. But right now it's just a rumor. It's like Sting may make his wrestling return to SummerSlam, but don't know again who yet.
I think that the WWE will have something planned for Sting. I don't know, maybe Bray Wyatt and Sting is possibly going to be next year or late this year, because I kind of see that match going to happen this year or kind of like next year. Bray Wyatt and Bray Wyatt and Sting could be a match for this year SummerSlam or next year WrestleMania.
Anything's possible in WWE.
Would you be interested in kind of like a Sting and Bray Wyatt feud, or would you like kind of like an Undertaker and Sting feud?
That would be a good feud. I think that would be a good feud. Bray Wyatt and Sting. Maybe them two could be going at it at SummerSlam or whatnot, but that would be interesting to see if it does happen.
Yeah, but would Sting get beaten? Would Sting lose again, or would you give the win to Sting because he's never won a wrestling?
Oh, yeah, that one will be hard to tell. Like, who's going to go over on that? I guess it all depends on the track record, because you see, like, Bray Wyatt is winning his matches right now, and like Sting coming off that loss. So I guess it all depends how the match is. Then I can just be like, oh, I don't care if he lost. It's like, that was a good match either way. So I guess it all depends on the match.
I mean, if you're looking at it in a way that, I guess, we're looking at it, and you see the bigger picture, like who's going to be here longer, you know, Bray or Sting. You look at, okay, Bray's going to be here longer than Sting in the WWE. So, yeah, I would give the win to Bray Wyatt, but you don't want to kind of have Sting thinking that, oh, they've signed me to get them buried, to get buried and whatever, and not, you know, win a match at least. So maybe I would give the win to Sting, and then they have a rematch of Royal Rumble where Bray gets his win back, and they could possibly return that at WrestleMania where Sting gets another win back, so they're kind of even again.
Right, because if they want to start a feud with them, that will be a good way to go, as you pointed out. That will be a good scenario if they decide to go that route.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, they could go like Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker. No, they've gone that, haven't they? I mean, Sting versus Undertaker would be a great WrestleMania Royal Rumble match kind of thing. But I think they've got to say it for WrestleMania, though, because a lot of people have been wanting that for years, though, like an Undertaker and Sting feud. I know even when it was in WCW and Undertaker was in WWE, they wanted always a Sting and Undertaker feud every single year, and we've never had that. And that would be an awesome feud if the streak was still alive, but it's not. But I think it would be a pretty awesome feud. I don't know if that match would need a stipulation or not. Do you think it'll need a stipulation, like a casket match or whatever?
Oh, the Sting and Undertaker? No, not the first match at least. Yeah, at least not the first match.
Would you have a second match? Would you have a second match?
Second or third match. Yeah, they can put a stipulation, but not the first one.
I think, you know, in that match, would you have Sting and would you have like kind of like Undertaker, or would you have Sting over in the first match, or would you have kind of like maybe Sting goes over the first match, Undertaker second? Maybe a casket match for the third, or I don't know. Could they drag it out to a fourth match?
Oh God, that's a tough call. It's just like if the streak was still going, I would say Undertaker easily. But if the first match, it could go either way. So I guess if I had to choose, I would say Sting would have won the first match, then have Undertaker win the next two.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying now that the streak's not alive, maybe give Sting a win at WrestleMania because he's not had a win yet at WrestleMania. So give him the win. Then you wait till maybe SummerSlam or whatever, and then you give the Undertaker a win. And then the next match after that, they have a casket match, maybe a retirement match. Whoever loses, you know, has to retire or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they have to, in that match, the final match they have together, needs kind of like a big stipulation that, you know, like a retirement match or a casket match to really end this feud on a high, because you've been building this feud up for years and years and even a decade, even like 2 decades, I think now. So like the 90s, hasn't it? So you've been building it up for this long, and you have like the big video package with like Sting and Undertaker in separate companies. They had the face-to-face on Raw, whatever. They build that for WrestleMania. Right. They have a match. And then, you know, at the end, maybe at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, where Undertaker debuted, they could maybe have a retirement match. And if maybe Sting retired Undertaker, then, you know, that could be the end.
Yeah, I do like this scenario, so I do agree with that. Maybe just have them like fight at the big pay-per-views so they can like WWE can draw money out of that by having that match.
Yeah, could you imagine how much money that they would draw from that though? Just the Sting Taker feud. I mean, for WrestleMania, the ratings and the pay-per-view buy say they would get just probably for that match will be big, because you're bringing in old Attitude Era wrestling fans from like, you know, the 90s and you know, early 2000s who haven't probably watched wrestling post its era, and you bring them back to just see this match between Sting and Taker.
Yeah, because that will be their moneymaker if they do it plannedly and do it smart. That would be like their moneymaker for them WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. So, especially, I know they need like some boost buys for Survivor Series, so that will do it.
Yeah. It's like kind of like another match that would really draw a lot of money. Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. Now, if Hogan and Austin was in their prime, that would have drawn a lot of money.
Yeah,
They still would draw a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I'm back. Now, what were you saying?
I was saying before about the Hogan and Austin match. If they had a match in their prime, you know, when they was wrestling at the same time, I know that they didn't, but if they had a wrestling, you know, if they had like a match in the prime, then you know that would have drawn a lot of money. I know it still will do now, but just how much money that WWE would be in now with all that money that they would have gained from that match.
Right. I think because since Hogan wants to do his final match at a WrestleMania, which I guess rumors had it that they gave him the green light, so maybe it could be Stone Cold Steve versus or Hogan versus whoever. It's just whoever they give to that right person for Hogan. But like you said, Hogan versus Austin, that would have been a little bit better than what they did with WrestleMania 18 with the Rock and Hogan. They should have had Stone Cold and Hogan first for the Rock and Hogan, but they went their separate paths for different. It is what it is.
I mean, they could have done maybe, like you said, Hogan, Austin, WrestleMania 18, Hall and Rock, WrestleMania 18, and maybe the year after they could have done Austin and Hall, and then Rock and Hogan the year after, and then at WrestleMania, maybe a few years later, they go again with the Hogan and Austin feud again for the final time where Hogan has his final match ever in wrestling, just in general. And he has his final match against Stone Cold. They have a decent to good match, and they both end up. It ends up on a high where Hogan or Austin gets the win, and that's how I think. That's how I think Hogan's retirement match should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that everything else?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh. What other matches do you think that we could see at WrestleMania though, like next year and whatever? Have you thought of any like more dream matches you know you want to see at WrestleMania?
Well, if I could, maybe I probably would have got maybe like a few people from from TNA and bring back the WWE, like maybe the Hardys or bring back the Dudleys or something like that. Probably like had them do like a ladder match for the tag titles or something, or have like Jeff Hardy go against No, not Triple H, but maybe or the Hardys versus the Lucha Dragons or something like that. But as for like any other matches right now, it's just hard to tell. Is like I think he has to come back to me within a couple of months, and maybe I could think about it more right there. But right now, it's kind of like hard to tell what like dream matches I would like to see at WrestleMania right now, because like some of them are already, seems like it's going to happen, or some of them already happened. So it just all depends on who's there and what they're gonna do with this person. But probably another one I would like to see. Maybe WrestleMania for the title, maybe Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
Yeah, maybe. Another match that AJ Styles versus John Cena. I watched a video a couple of years ago on YouTube of somebody doing a comparisons video for like AJ Styles versus John Cena. It was one of those like fake promo build-up videos I watched, and it was so well done. If they did that in the WWE, like brought in AJ Styles and then built it up as this great, phenomenal indie guy who's never worked for the WWE, he's always been on the independent scene. They probably have to not talk about the TNA stuff, but just talk about the indie stuff. And then he's worked in New Japan. He comes to WWE. He has a competition with John Cena. They book a match between them, Cena and AJ Styles at WrestleMania. And then probably let AJ go over, but if I know John Cena, he's probably going to bury AJ Styles, which is probably the reason why AJ hasn't gone to WWE yet.
With AJ and WWE, I guess like it has something to do with I guess like how they are as a whole. Is probably why he doesn't want to go to them. But I think if the money was right, he would. I guess it just all depends on the situation.
Do you think like AJ Styles' might work WWE off with like how they're gonna build this guy up as the main eventer? Because like when he's playing promos, he's not like kind of the best, is he? So like are they gonna give him a manager, or like I don't know, like certain things like that would kind of like turn off like the WWE, doesn't it? Like stuff like that.
I think with AJ Styles like being in WWE, it's just like I guess because the age and stuff and how like they're looking for an age at the time, I would have said no, but you see what the moves that they're doing with Samoa Joe, although he's in his like late 30s and still like in good shape and stuff. And, like you have Sheamus that started in the WWE in the 30s, and I guess that mold has probably changed. It just depends on if they're perfect enough to fit in that mold. So I would say like AJ Styles being in the WWE, I think. Let's see, who's a guy that I can like point out as an example? Just say Paul London, for example, but he'll probably be a little bit better than Paul London, but he'll probably get some of that treatment. But they probably give him a big chance, or like Rey Mysterio, for example. They probably give him that treatment, be like the little dog in the fight or whatever, because of his size and stuff too. So
kind of
use like or something like Daniel Bryan too. I forgot about him.
Yeah, kind of like Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose. Yeah, kind of like those guys.
Yeah.
So so where do you kind of see AJ Styles if he did come to WWE? Where do you think that the WWE creative team and Vince would put AJ in? Where would they keep him in the mid card, or would they give him the main event?
Well, if he keeping the AJ Styles name like in Ring of Honor and stuff like that too, I think he's gonna probably do the same thing with Samoa Joe did. Like probably would keep his name and probably have him start the NXT. I don't know how many years they would keep him down there before putting him into the main roster, but it's just all about what WWE's thinking and what they're gonna do.
I mean, I don't think that AJ is going to be on NXT for long. If he's there, maybe 6 months, 5 months, 5 to 6 months at the latest. But I think that when you've got AJ Styles and you've got Samoa Joe on down NXT, you signed them. They're going to be your two big sides on NXT. You're going to have to start putting them on the main roster quick because they're, you know, in their 30s and whatever. So use them now. Why there's, you know, why they're, you know, not older, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, because NXT will probably be the place to be. They constantly keep on signing like big independent names or like names like that fade and start them on NXT. That would be because like they doing it with some of the Ring of Honor stars already. So it's like one of those things. It'll be like really that big and make like TNA, although it is still watchable as it is, and I know everybody likes it, but it'll make it more likable and like be like, okay, there's another dream match I would like to see. Oh, this person or this person. So give fans like be more and more patiently and see like when is this big indie star gonna make it to the main roster or something like that.
I mean, another kind of team that I think that the WWE need to really sign to NXT, maybe for like maybe for a few months. Bad Influence, Daniels and Kazarian. Here are two guys. I know they're in the 40s, but they are very good wrestlers for, you know, their ages. I mean, they could maybe go to NXT for 5 or 6 months, get called to the main roster, and probably reinvent the tag team division. Look at the stuff that they did in TNA. You know that the TNA tag team division has sucked for many years. When they was the champions or when they was challenging for those tag titles in TNA, they made the tag team division so interesting with all the comedy. They got great matches, the great storylines they was put in. I just think that these two guys, Kazarian and Daniels, really need to be in the WWE and reinventing the WWE tag team division and maybe feuding with Usos or whoever and having good matches. I mean, these are guys that can have good matches even though they're in the 40s and stuff like that.
Right. I do agree with you. Bad Influence will be a good addition to they decide to film in NXT, and I guess it's only time will tell if they decide to go with that mode. And plus, like, I guess all depends on the contracts with Ring of Honor. So I don't know how many years they signed with them. But I guess this is all depends on timing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it depends if they want to go there. I mean, it's like, are they thinking our wrestling careers are going to maybe end in the next couple of years? You know, like are they going to retire maybe next few years and end their careers in WWE, or are they going to end it on the independent scene? But we don't know. But we'll have to wait and see.
Right, because it is like good talent, and you know WWE's got to look for the main package and stuff like that. But I guess all depends on what Triple H is going to do because NXT is his thing. Because NXT, that's all Triple H. So I guess all it depends what Triple H is going to do in their future when it comes to like bringing in indie talent and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's done a good job so far with bringing in Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. I mean, who do you think he might bring in next? Maybe, like I said earlier, the Young Bucks have been eyed up with the WWE. Maybe it'd be cool to maybe see Adam Cole in the WWE. I mean, he's like 25, is he now? 20? Yeah, that'd be cool because I mean, with Adam Cole, he's a young guy. He's like 25. This is a guy who you can put on NXT for maybe like 2 years, learn his craft in WWE with NXT a bit more, and put him on the main roster maybe after his 2 years to NXT. Then build him up to be a mid-carder to main eventer, then he's in the main event scene for the next 10 to 15 years because he's only 25 years old. I mean, here's a guy. Here's a guy in Adam Cole that you could become, that can become a great main eventer for the WWE if they, give this guy a chance. You know what I mean? Like, give him a chance on a bigger stage. So WWE, please do sign Adam Cole because he's a really great talent. I mean, I said this before. He is a great talent. I mean, he had a decent heel run. I don't know about him being a babyface, but he was a decent heel last year. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
Adam Cole. He's an interesting character, former ROH. Like you said, he's still young, and it's like it could be like a lot of stuff they can do with him, and if they ever get the chance to sign him or whatnot. But yeah, like maybe have him down there for a couple of years or whatnot, and put him up to the main roster and have him take not trying to like throw this in the wrong way, but like maybe the next CM Punk, maybe.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of kind of that with the friends of Ring of Honor when he was champion, but I don't know. Do you think he's at the level of a CM Punk? With promo wise.
Yeah, I think he's there now. In my opinion, I think he's there now. Especially like how much that he did in Ring of Honor for the short amount of time that he was there. Yeah, I think he's on that level, and I guess it's just only a matter of time.
Do you think like TNA would snatch him up or WWE first?
I guess it all depends on what direction he wants to go. So, for how his situation is right now with like Ring of Honor, it could go either way.
Yeah, it could be. Right, is this? I think I'm going to end this sort of hangout in a minute. Is this everything that we talked to? Is there anything else that do you want to talk about? Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE, whatever.
Oh, what's that?
Is there anything else you want to talk about before I end this hangout?
I'll talk about more about TNA.
Well, anything really, because do you want me to end the hangout or whatever?
Whatever we can talk about for a little bit longer, it's fine with me.
Well, I'm gonna end it now anyway. But thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we can do another hangout soon, maybe SummerSlam, whatever. But I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we did like one at SummerSlam, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like a because we've done a preview together.
What was you gonna say?
I said we've never done a review together.
Right, something that I know that we're gonna have to do soon enough. But Elimination Chamber, I am gonna do a pre-show on. It probably would be on the same day as the review, so I'm gonna do them all in one day. It'll be like early Sunday, probably before the pay-per-view, and right after the pay-per-view, I'm gonna do a review as well.
Yeah, I'll join you for the preview then. If you want me to do a hangout with you on that day on your channel.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll maybe invite some more wrestling fans because I kind of like doing these big these previews and reviews, with other wrestling fans and kind of giving their thoughts on it because it's interesting, I guess.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna end the hangout now. So thanks for watching, guys. Brag out.
Bye, guys.